Afternoon viewers, welcome to my channel. I presume a lot of people who log on to this video will be new to my channel. A lot of my old subscribers will have followed me through my camper van builds, but I've just sold my last camper van, so now I'm on with my new project till I can find another van to convert into a camper. I've got an old MK6 Escort van. I'm going to restore it, and I'm going to do a few modifications to it as well. So without further ado, we'll go and have a look at the van. This is it. It's a 2001 1.8 diesel Ford Escort MK6 van. It's 5500 weight one, which is they do two versions, 55 and 75. This is lighter version. This one's got lighter springs on bike, so it can't carry as much weight, but it's factory fitted with windows in bike. It's a pretty tidy thing. It's only done 85,000 miles from new. It's still plastic lined, like all Escorts. It looks great on surface, but underneath it's in a rectangle. It's had some pretty interesting welding done to its sills. It's the only way I can describe it really. It's absolutely horrendous. Don't know what they welded it with, but inside in hard way. Dead basic, wind up windows, no electric windows. It's got 5-speed box, like I said. It's 1.8 diesel. It's not turbo diesel. It's normal diesel, and it is as slow as treacle. Take my word for it. Have a nosy under the bonnet. I'll show you interesting sill work. There you go. It's been pretty well looked after, full service history and everything, but whoever they've had doing welding works not been the best. This is actually the best side, but it still had some pretty dodgy welding done. So there it is, 1.8 lump. The donkey won't pull skin off a rice pudding, I'm not kidding. It's as slow as out. Fire it up for you if it'll run. It's been stood since I bought it in, well, since I won it on Facebook after a few Jack Daniels. Not happy. Right, so that don't want to start, so I'll have to put jump pack on it. Guess two. Right, we've had jump pack on it, and the old donkey's running. Battery tray looks pretty good, which is unusual for one of these. Pretty clean engine. Right, I'll turn it off because it's the noisiest engine, never no more. Thank God for that. And for some reason fan runs all the time, so I presume somebody's hot wired that, so it might have had some overheating issues at some time, because as soon as you turn the ignition on, fan comes on. So my plans are to restore it to pretty good condition. I'll be honest with you, I'm not right keen on front end at Mark 6 vans. Well, any at Mark 6 Escorts come to that. So what my plans are is I'm going to convert it to Mark 5B. Now if you are into your Fords, you'll know that the Mark 5B had a slightly different front end. This is front end off a Mark 5B. I've got this from Breaker's Yard. That's bumper. I prefer the look of that, so obviously that's going to have to be painted. I'm going to do it in white, same as what van we're always in. It has a different front bumper. It has different headlights. I've managed to throw some brand new old stock headlights and indicators because they're separate on these. Got a new tank because that one's as stained as out, header tank. But I've got a choice of indicators. I could either go clear or orange, whichever it suits when it gets to putting it back together. And some Mark 5 headlamps. So, what's my other plans for this van? Like I say, it's 1.8 diesel, non-turbo, absolutely slow as treacle. So my plans for this van are to stick 1.8 Z-Tech in. So I managed to buy this off a Facebook marketplace. It's a 1.8 Z-Tech. Believe it or not, this 5-door hatchback has done a genuine 34,000 miles. Absolutely incredible. Now it's done 34,000 miles, but that don't mean that it's not rotten. So my plans are to whip engine out of this and stick it in van. And van engine will probably go into this if I can be bothered, or it might just go to scrapyard, I don't know yet. But this is 1.8 silver top Z-Tech. This is a pretty good van, pretty good car, but the wing, front wing at this side, were absolutely rotten. Bottom part of that wing is missing altogether, and this is the same. It's had some interesting welding on sills. Floor it sends alright, but sills is just horrendous. So I'm going to stick a wing on it for how much they cost second hand. I think it was about 60 quid that. I'll stick a wing on it, and then if I do get round to putting diesel motor into this, I will do. Now these wings are welded on originally. As you can see, that's where original spot welds are. So on this knackered wing, I've drilled spot welds out where they were originally. Quite a few on them. There were 3 spot welds on here. Drilled them out. You have to take bumper off, but you don't have to take door off. And there's a couple of bolts up there what you have to take out, and then you can remove this wing. So that's this wing removed. It's 1.8 LX. Like I say, all that bottom part at wing is missing. This is no wing, and that's all part what we're missing. All that had gone. So I'm not going to faff about welding it on. I've converted it to riv nuts. Put riv nuts in there, all the way down, and that new wing bolts on there nicely. that's where other bolts go. One in there, one in there, two screws off at bumper in there, going to end of that wing, going to there. That's where bumper mounts to it. And yeah, front bumper back on. And I'll paint, when I paint bonnet, that Mark 5B bonnet to fit on van, I shall paint that black wing, and we'll stick that on. So that's just an introduction to where I am with this van. I've got dropped on another few bits because I'm going to put that engine in, petrol injection. I need a different tank, so I've got a new brand new old stock injection van petrol tank, because they're different fittings, and I've got a pair of sills from Magnum Panels, so I've got a pair of sills to put on it, and I've all underneath to tidy up, and yeah, so I've never done this before. I've restored old cars before, but I've never done out as modern as this. And you'll be thinking to yourself, why are you buggering about with a Mark 6 Escort? There's hundreds of them of that. Because it'll take me that long to restore it, by the time this is done it'll be a rate collector's item. Because I had a look on how many left website, and there's not that many of these vans left, and prices are starting to go up. So by the time I actually get it finished, it'll probably not be worth more than I've put into it, but it'll be somewhat slightly different because it'll have got 1.8 Z-Tech in it. I'm going to try and keep it as standard as possible, and yeah, I just want it to look like it's how it should have been, unmodified. I'm not doing out daft to it with big noisy exhausts on or out like that and K&M filters. I want it, this engine bay, I want it to look just like this, but on van, but obviously cleaner, because yeah. So when I pull this motor out, I'm going to put a new clutch in it because clutch pedals high. It was a woman owner who had it before me, and I think she's ridden clutch a lot. But it drives beautiful, but clutch pedals a bit high. And I'll stick a timing belt on when it's out, because it's a lot easier to change when it's out rather than when it's in. And yeah, so any advice from you Ford guys, what you can give me about doing this swap, because I know a lot of people have swapped this engine into cars, Z-Tech, not so much into vans, but they've took CVH engines out of them and they've put these Z-Techs in. I believe you need virtually all wiring loom and ECU, but if anybody can point me in right direction of a video for this swap, I'd be much appreciated. And I'm also after a couple of bits, because the only things I haven't been able to source is when I bought this van, it had got a massive roof rack on it, and it should have some blanking plates in there if you don't use roof rack. And there's 6 of these. There's one there, one there, one there, same on the other side. Yeah, yeah, and there, and yeah, I've tried absolutely everywhere to try and get them blanking caps, and I can't get them. So if anybody can help me out, if anybody's breaking one of these vans or knows where there's some going, much appreciated. I'm willing to buy a set on them. So that's the end to this introduction. I'll just show you where I want to go with this van. If you're interested and want to follow build along, then like and subscribe, that would be really much appreciated. Yeah, like I say, I'm normally building camper vans, but I'm struggling to get older basic vans, just normal vans to convert. So this is just a pastime on until give me something to do, basically. Keep me out at pub now they've opened, as from today. Yes, brilliant. I want to get my hair cut and all because this is getting on my wires. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, that'd be great. If you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, it all helps. But yeah, so this is end of video 1, just an introduction to show you where I'm going to be with this van and this car. And yeah, look out for video 2 if you're interested in following this series. So thanks again for watching, thanks for all your time. And if any of my old subscribers have followed me across onto this build, then thanks for watching as well. Thank you very much, guys. Bye bye. Right then, I suppose really I ought to fire 1.8 up and see how refined this is outside at Donkey Diesel. Hope I don't have to put jump pack on this bugger. So this one sounds a bit healthier. Yeah, so this one, it's a lot more refined than that old donkey in other one, so that's why I want to stick this in other one. Other van's great on flat, but as soon as you come to an hill, God, you're struggling right, you're up and down, gearbox, up and down, up and down. So I'm going to stick this in. I mean, it's a shame really to strip this out. It only have done 34,000 miles, but these are as common as muck, 5-door. If it had been something special like an RS2000, a Mexico or an XR3 or something like that, it'd be a different story, but it's just a 1.8 LX 5-speed 5-door. So there's plenty of these still about, but there's very few vans still alive and kicking in out like any condition anyway. So yeah, that's his plans.